Hello again, everybody. Jim Conrad along with Tom Jorgensen once again. And Tom, really, I think one of the big keys to this series has been injuries. The Nuggets, of course, missed Glenn Gondrezick and Rob Williams. And, of course, Maurice Lucas went down in Game 2 with that problem in his ankle, and he will not play tonight.
Well, that's right. Maurice just came out. We actually weren't sure till a few minutes ago. But Maurice came out. He's dressed in his street clothes. Alvin Scott will start. Here's a look. He's backing up there as he backs out. You can see right there he hurt his left foot, just stepped on it wrong. He definitely will not play, but I've been around this game long enough, Jim, that a team reacts. One player, maybe your best player, he's out, especially in one game. They'll be so fired up, anything can happen.
Well, it's a do-or-die situation. We don't have to tell you that as the series is tied at 1 game apiece. The winner advances to meet San Antonio. The loser goes home for the summer. And I thought another key to the game on Thursday night in Denver was the fact that the Nuggets played excellent defense and held the Suns below 100 at 99.
That's right, and Phoenix only shot 41% from the field. A complete turnaround in the 2 games. Phoenix played very, very hard here. Went up to Denver. I think Phoenix thought they could win in Denver, but Denver played very, very hard there. We've got some highlights, Jim, of basically Game 2 in Denver, and the Nuggets are throwing a lot in the bottom of the hole right there.
Well, they did that, as you see Dan Issel hitting the jumpers. And one of the other keys, I thought, was that Rob Williams returned and did some things with his penetration. In fact, all 3-point guards, Mike Evans and Billy McKinney included, had some good things to do in that game.
Well, the presence of Rob Williams, number 1, I think loosened up Mike Evans and Billy McKinney. The pressure wasn't all on them. Number 2, Phoenix blocked so many shots here. They didn't block as many in Denver, but part of that because Rob penetrates and drops it off, and the defense couldn't concentrate strictly on the man with the ball, which I thought was another key.
Alex English also, after a 16-point performance in Game 1, came back, recovered somewhat with a 21-point performance, and played an excellent ball game for the Nuggets.
Well, that's right. Alex turned it around. Alvin Adams did a great job on him in Game 1. And the other thing I think is significant, the officiating was quite different in both games. Down here in Game 1, it was just they beat the heck out of Denver physically. They blocked shots, they pushed and shoved. They had 23 or 17 steals. Denver had 23 turnovers, basically because Phoenix was so aggressive. In Game 2, they weren't able to get aggressive.
And, of course, Bill Hanslick, who you saw hit a jumper just a moment ago, had maybe his best game ever as a Denver Nugget since coming in over in the trade during the summer for David Thompson from Seattle.
Well, that's right. If you measure the benches, Phoenix had the best bench in Game 1. Denver's bench was better in Game 2.
We also have talked about that the Nuggets have been in several do-or-die games here down the stretch, but this is the first one that they'll have to play on the road.
Well, that's right. This is the 4th game in 10 days where if they lost, they were out of it. But as you say, the other 3 were at home. Maurice Lucas is not going to play, but it's going to be a tough one tonight.
We also have, I think, a bit of a break in the referees tonight in Earl Strom and Wally Rooney, who will give a visiting team a chance to win.
Well, that's right. You never know. And again, I know Doug was hoping Jake O'Donnell wouldn't be here. He didn't work anyplace else today, but again, it's all on the line tonight. Very, very exciting. Full house, big game.
And as we also have already told you, it's do or die as they go to San Antonio. We'll be back for the start of tonight's basketball game. Up on your headgear, we're about ready to get underway here for Game 3, the deciding game of the Western Conference miniseries between the Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. As you look at Doug Moe pacing in front of the bench, the Nuggets were 45-37 on the year and actually finished ahead of Phoenix last year in all the tiebreakers to get the home court advantage in last year's miniseries. But Phoenix this year 53-29. As you look at Alex English, 6'7", 190, out of South Carolina in his 7th year at 1 forward for the Nuggets. At the other forward, Kiki Vandeweghe, 6'8", 220 in his 3rd season from UCLA. At center, Dan Issel, 6'9", 240, his 13th year out of Kentucky. At one guard, it'll be T.R. Dunn, 6'4", 192 pounds in his 6th season out of Alabama. And at the other guard, the rookie, Rob Williams, 6'2", 175 pounds out of Houston. Again, the starters at guards, it'll be Williams and Dunn. At the forwards, English and Vandeweghe. And at center, it'll be Dan Issel. And the head coach of the Denver Nuggets, Doug Moe, the assistant, Bill Fickey, and the trainer, Bob Chopper Travellini. And now a standing ovation for the Phoenix Suns as they are about ready to introduce the starting lineups. Maurice Lucas, of course, is on the bench in street clothes. There's Larry Nance. He'll start at 1 forward, 6'10", 217 pounds out of Clemson in his 2nd year. At the other forward, in place of Lucas, it'll be Alvin Scott, 6'7", 216 pounds, his 6th season out of Oral Roberts. And at the center spot, it'll be Alvin Adams, 6'9", 218 pounds in his 8th year out of Oklahoma. At the guards, it'll be Walter Davis, 6'6", 200 in his 6th season from North Carolina. And at the other guard spot, Dennis Johnson, 6'4", 202 in his 7th year from Pepperdine. Again, the guards, For the Suns, it'll be Johnson and Davis. The forwards will be Scott and Nance, and starting at center will be Alvin Adams.
There's a look at the officials. We mentioned before the show, if that guy on the right scares you, that's Tommy Nunez, and he is the alternate tonight, and he is not going to be working the game. Those Denver fans that are familiar with McNichols Arena. Wally Rooney on the left, and that is Earl Strom in the middle.
So we're about ready to get underway, and I think one of the keys is what you've already talked about to this game. The fact is how the Suns will react to the loss of Maurice Lucas.
Well, that's right. Denver has to come right out from the start and play hard. Again, you'll see the matchup. Dennis Johnson this time will again try to take Rob Williams inside, who's a little tougher inside than Mike Evans was. The Nugget matchup in the front line, Kiki will guard Alvin Scott. Dan will play Nance, and Alex English will have the job of taking Alvin Adams. And Alex will have to come out to the free throw line and play Alvin tough.
One of the good things about Alvin Scott, that's starting for Maurice Lucas, is that he is an excellent defensive player, and he does give the Nuggets shooters a lot of problems because he can really jump. He'll block some shots. Nance controls the tip, and now a whistle right off the bat. And who are they calling on it? Alex English.
That's a tough call right off the bat. Get a foul. Alex is not prone to foul trouble. There you see Maurice on the bench trying to clean his fingernails tonight. He might be able to intimidate somebody from over there, Jim.
Yeah, with that scowl, he could intimidate a lot of people, I'll tell you. Being 6'9" and 225 doesn't hurt either. 235. Here's Scott with the basketball. Inside to Adams, jump hook. And the Suns are off and running as they lead it 2-0. 11:40 to play here in the first quarter. We're just underway. Lob to English, tipped away by Nance. Recovered by Dunn, however. 10 on the shot clock. Inside to Issel. Turnaround over Adams. That's a good matchup. Doesn't go for Dan Issel. I think that caught a bit of the edge of the backboard there. Nance. Won't fall. Scott the tip. Alvin Scott tips it.
As we said at the top, teams play out of their minds sometimes when they lose the big guy.
4-0 lead for the Suns. Vandeweghe drives in the lane. Pass Scott. Doesn't go. Nance rebounds. Here's Davis on a fast break. 2-on-2. Waits for some help.
It was a good play by Rob Williams. Walter Davis wanted to go right up with that one, and Rob got right on him.
Davis over T.R. Dunn. It doesn't go, and Issel rebounds. Nuggets need to crack the ice. Here's Vandeweghe in the lane again. Dishes to Dunn. Good play by Vandeweghe, and T.R. breaks the ice for the Nuggets. And it's a 4-2 ball game. Suns lead it with 10:30.
That's a great play by Kiki. That, again, he's so used to shooting. He doesn't pass that one off very much. He drew everybody to him. T.R. all by himself.
Adams from afar. It's good. Alvin Adams with 4 points, and a lot of the load with Maurice Lucas out will fall to Adams. Issel can't grab the pass from English, and the Suns will run it again. Walter Davis doesn't get it. Tip by Johnson doesn't go, and Dunn comes out of the pack. Issel wide open in the corner. Doesn't get it. Dan shot very well in the first 2 games, but he's missed that one here early in this one. Walter Davis and the grab. Who will they call it on? I believe Rob Williams. It is. Rob Williams, first personal, second team foul on the Nuggets. And the Suns lead at 6-2 with 9:48 to play. Davis will go to the line.
In games 1 and games 2, Denver came out smoking. Dan in particular hit his first 3. They've come out cold tonight.
Davis with his first point of the night gives the Suns their biggest lead at 5, 7-2. Doesn't get the second one, however, and Issel grabs the loose basketball. Off English to Vandeweghe. Kiki shot won't go. Issel rebounds inside. Doesn't get it. Nance rebounds. Nuggets cannot buy a basket right now. Nance from 15. Good. And it's a 9-2 lead for the Suns. Biggest lead of the ball game, and Doug Lowe calls a timeout to regroup his troops. They've been able to get 1 basket from T.R. Dunn, but they trail at 9-2 with 9:22 to play here in the first quarter. We'll be back with more Nuggets basketball on Denver Television 2 right after this.
Shooting percentage here early in the first 2.5 minutes. 1 for 6 for Denver. They're shooting 16%.
Now, Nuggets lead has just settled down. They've gotten some good opportunities off some good penetration by Williams, but the shots have not fallen.
They've had good shots.
That's Williams from outside, tipped up by Issel from behind, but out of the pack comes Adams. Lob to Nance, doesn't grab it, but Scott gets the basketball. Boy, was Larry Nance up off of his feet.
That's one of those good bounces. Bounces right back to Alvin Scott.
Sometimes when things go right, they just go right no matter what. Here's Adams, long range, doesn't go. T.R. Dunn grabs the rebound. Issel in the corner. Gets it this time as Dan Issel hits the first shot. Whistle.
That's the first outside shot Denver's hit. The only other basket, of course, they were 1 for 7. T.R. Dunn's layup being the only hoop. Finally hit one from outside.
9-4, Suns lead it with 8:30 to go.
There's a replay. Rob Williams assist, pass in the corner.
Whistle underneath, and this time Earl Strom with take that back. Wally Rooney with the call, and he calls Rob Williams again. Second personal foul on Williams, 13 foul on the Nuggets.
That's a tough break for Denver.
There are no fouls yet for the Phoenix Suns.
Rob Williams with 2 is what's done.
Dennis Johnson off balance, but it goes.
You might see Phoenix go to Dennis Johnson quite often. Rob Williams is guarding him.
Here's Issel again from 20. That's good. Dan Issel has found the range. He's got 4, and it's an 11-6 Suns lead.
See if they clear out for Dennis or send Dennis inside and try to get that third foul on Rob Williams right here. Nope.
Alvin Scott inside, but it goes off of his hands. Good pressure by Dunn. Here's Davis, long jumper, in and out. Rebound to English. T.R. Dunn from 20. It's good. Dunn with 4 points.
Changing our strategy tonight. We're going to let T.R. shoot it from outside.
And the Nuggets have cut the 7-point lead to 3, 11-8 with 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. Scott. Alvin Scott has 4 points.
I think Doug would like to see Alvin Scott take that one all night.
I think so too. Alex English finally gets untracked, and it's a no basket.
Offense on Dan Issel is the call. I thought it might have been a foul on the shot.
No, they're calling it a no basket. 13-8. Suns leads with 7:10 to go in the first quarter. Alvin Scott turned around. That won't go. Rob Williams has the basketball. So don't give Alex English the 2 points. Now give it to him. Nope, won't go. Called that one too early. English had to adjust the shot a little bit. Adams runs into Issel, and they'll call the foul on Alvin Adams.
Little acting job by Dan that time. He had his position, and Alvin Adams fumbled the ball, couldn't control the speed, ran right into it.
Offensive foul on Adams, first foul on him. Vandeweghe, good pass from English, doesn't score, but easy layup inside. Rory White is up off the Phoenix bench. He'll be checking in. Here's Dennis Johnson. Shot no good. Tip, and what will they call? Another foul. Who's it on?
T.R. Dunn, I believe. T.R. Dunn inside.
First on Dunn, but the 14th foul.
Here's a look. Look at Davis push T.R. out of the way.
As so often happens, you catch the second foul. First foul.
Caught the second guy, didn't they?
First foul, obviously, on Davis, but they caught T.R. pushing back. There's Walter clearing out.
Travel.
And they call him for a walk. 13-8, Nuggets trail by 5 with 6:32 to play. Mike Evans into the Nuggets lineup as Rob Williams comes out. James Edwards and Rory White. Well, wait a minute, they won't let Edwards in this time. Earl Strom says you have to sit out until the next opportunity, but Rory White is in, replacing Alvin Scott. Issel turnaround over Adams, banks it good. Dan Issel has found the range. He's got 6 points. And it's a 13-10 game. Suns lead, 6:15 to play in the first quarter.
That's a shot that you don't see Dan take very often. He's taken it maybe 4 or 5 times in the last 5 games. He's trying to take the ball inside on Kiki.
Rory White, the rookie, 6'7", 212 out of South Alabama, hits the jumper over Kiki Vandeweghe. Vandeweghe wide open. Kiki needs to get started. Doesn't on that shot. T.R. Dunn grabs the rebound against Nance. Throws a high off the glass. Tipped up from behind by English. And now a whistle. And it's on T.R. Dunn, his second personal foul.
Big rebound, a definite advantage on that. We have actually a 3-on-1 down at the other end. Nance, a big guy. T.R. tried to put it high over him. There it is. Misses. Hard to see the foul there, too.
And Nance now with 3 points in the ball game as the lead goes to 6, 16-10. Nuggets, of course, with that 15 foul, putting the Suns at the line, and has both of them. He's got 4 points, and they lead it again by their biggest margin, 17-10, with 5:45 to play in the first quarter.
Also a little foul trouble when T.R. and Rob Williams both have 2 in the early going. And Kiki cannot foul him.
Issel from afar again, short this time. English there to rebound. Who will they call this one on? They'll call it on Dennis Johnson.
Dennis can't believe that one either. So far, this game has not been as physical as Game 1 went, where there's been some contact, but not like Game 1. Here's a replay of it. Alex comes in, he's open, kind of gets in the middle there. That's a funny call. That wasn't a foul, I didn't think.
Thought it was what you would call incidental contact, but now another whistle. This one will be on James Edwards as he grabs Alex English going down the line. So now Edwards with his first personal, and that's the second team foul on the Suns. Vanderway trying to drive past White. Can't. Issel down the lane. Good pass from English.
Kiki's about 0 for 5, but he still has to keep shooting the ball. He's got to get his points or Denver's in trouble.
No question about that. Here comes Danny Shays off the Nuggets bench. He'll be checking in momentarily. 17-12. Suns lead by 5 with 5:07 to play in the first quarter. Edwards turn around over Issel. He can hit that shot. Doesn't this time. Evans from 20, off the side of the rim. Vanderway rebounds. Good play by Kiki. Scores and he fouls.
Great shot. Great shot.
And Dennis Johnson complaining on every call now as he fouled Kiki on that one. His second personal, third team foul on the Suns. And Kiki now on the board finally with his first 2 points. He can make a 3-point play. And he does. Cuts the lead to 2. 17-15. Suns with the lead. Timeout now being called by John McLeod for the Phoenix Suns. And the Suns lead it 17-15 with 4:48 to play here in the first quarter. They had a lead as big as 7, but it's down to 2. We'll be back with more basketball in just a moment. Season ticket holders are VIPs at playoff time and all season long. Guaranteed seating, playoff priority, and priority seating for next year's NBA All-Star Game are only a few of the advantages that Nuggets season ticket holders enjoy all year long. For information on Nuggets season tickets, call 893-6700. And Dennis Johnson gets the bucket. He's got 4 points now, and the Suns lead it by 4.
That was Game 1 strategy. DJ taking Mike Evans down low. Phil Hanselton for Denver.
Vanderway finally gets a long one to go down, and he's got 5 points now. Kiki with 5, and the Nuggets again trail it by 2, 19-17 with 4:10 to go in the first quarter. Clear out. And an offensive foul on James Edwards as he got the arm out there to clear his man away, and he picks up his second personal for the Suns. 19-17, the Nuggets can tie it. Good pass to Evans from Shays, back pass to Danny. Now to English inside, and he scores. Alex English finally gets his first 2 of the night, and we are tied at 19. First tie of the ball game. The Suns had led it all the way from the very opening tip until this point. 19-19 with 3:35 to go in the first quarter. Davis with the drive. Shays almost got a hand on it, but Walter Davis gets the bucket. He's got 3 points. Then Gondrzak up off the Nuggets bench. That goes out of bounds off Larry Nance. It'll be Nuggets basketball. Gondo in for the first time in the miniseries. He missed the first 2 games with some ligament problems in his foot. And Kyle Macy also into the Suns lineup, replacing Dennis Johnson. So Gondo getting his first action, told me the foot felt fine. And now another whistle, and Alex English will be going to the line. And it's on Walter Davis. His first personal, 15 foul for the Suns.
Comment on this, on the officiating so far tonight, Jim. They called them very close. There's not a lot of contact. That was a shot that Alex got hit 5 times worse than that in game 1 with no foul. So we'll possibly see things. Maybe that is part of the effect. And I got to tell a story tonight. Those people that watched the Boston game this afternoon know that Danny Ainge almost had a finger bitten off, and before the game in the warm-up, Earl Strom walked up to Dan Issel, who of course fans that know him doesn't wear any teeth, front teeth in his face. One thing, Dan, we know you can't bite anybody's finger off. That was another very close call.
That's right, they're calling it very close. However, I think even though the Nuggets are suffering right now from it, I think that helps the Nuggets. And the fact that the first game was so physical, and that really took its toll. Davis at the line. 4 points for Walter Davis. He had 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, along with the steal in Game 2 in Denver. As the leading Suns scorer, he gets both of them here, and now he's got 5 points, and the Suns lead at 23-21. Mike Evans from 16 doesn't get it. English there for the tip. It goes. Alex English, great tip.
Unbelievable tip. This is basically bench time. The Nuggets have 4 men in off the bench. Phoenix has 3.
You're tied at 23 with 2:38 to play. Davis three-pointer, no good. And Walter Davis sometimes will take those kind of shots. They mystify you, but he continues to take them. Hanslick off balance. And Rory White there to grab the rebound. Man, turnaround over English. Too long. Whistle. And they're going to call Gondrzek.
Gondo was trying to block out Rory White inside. Question whether it goes. That ball hung on the rim, and sometimes when it hangs, that official gets to see the contact and takes a little closer look at it. It wasn't big contact, but the call went against Gondo.
First foul on Gondo, and Rory White goes to the line. White, 6 points and 4 rebounds in Game 2 in Denver, and had but 2 points in the first game here in Phoenix. Rory misses both of the free throws, but the ball is tipped out long to White. Misses that one, and now, wait a minute, they called the goaltending call first, so the basket will go to Rory White. The goaltending call on Danny Shea. White with 4 points, and it's a 2-point Suns lead, 25-23. English. Over net. It goes. Alex English with 8 points now in the first quarter, and we're tied at 25 again. 4th tie of the ball game.
What close officiating does in a game like that, in Game 1, they really just went at Alex to block the shot no matter what, and they're shying away. Nance did not want to touch him after the foul on the play before, so that does help them.
Tough pass for Rory White to handle. It goes out of bounds, and the Nuggets now have a chance to take the lead for the first time in the basketball game. Days open from 16. Doesn't go. Tipped by Hanslick. Rory White comes out of there with the basketball. Alvin Adams is up off the Suns bench, and he'll be checking back into the ball game. James Edwards coming over from Cleveland in the trade, and Edwards with the turnaround jump shot. First two of the night for Edwards. Suns lead at 27-25.
That's a delay of game warning. Rory White touched the ball and tried to slow the ball coming inbounds. Earl Strom gives it to the scorer's table. Denver brings the ball down.
1:15 to go here in the first quarter. English will bank it. Won't go, and Rory White again grabs the loose basketball. White has done some valuable work here in the first quarter. Macy, banker won't go. Shea's rebound. Nuggets with a 3-on-2. Broken up by Walter Davis. Can't save it on the end line, so the Nuggets will get the basketball. Adams back in, and now Johnny High coming into the Suns lineup. High, 6'3", 186 out of Nevada Reno in his 3rd year. Herb Brown calls him the Kamikaze Kid.
He does knock him around. That was a dead 3-on-1 that the Nuggets had. Bill Hanslick made the wrong choice. Went with a tough pass rather than the easy pass to Alex English. Foul on Johnny High behind Bill Hanslick inside.
Well, that can happen to a guy who comes into a game who really hasn't noticed that it's been called closely. And High really came in early and shoved Hanslick from behind, picks up the foul. So Hands will go to the line. First foul on High.
I think the reaction of people also know what happened in Boston today.
I think that's part of it.
They say, hey, we cannot let this thing get out of hand.
Hanslick. Now 5 for 5 in the playoffs from the foul line. Shooting very well. He's played well in both games.
Just a death on him?
No. Like his technique, takes his time, 6 for 6. 2 points for Hanslick in the game, and we are tied one more time at 27, 5th tie of the ball game. The Nuggets, however, have never led. Macy gets it. First 2 for Macy. 29-27. Suns lead with 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Evans slipped down, but got it to Shays. Here's Hanslick. He can score if he'll just turn around. He does. 4 points for Bill Hanslick off a good feed from Shays. We're tied at 29.
20 seconds. There's, I think, 18 on the overhead clock and 16 on the shot clock. They'll hold for 1.
Suns will try to take the last shot. 7 on the shot clock. And now Gondrzic from behind fouls Nance.
Bad play.
Doug Moe did not like that.
Rondo trying for the steal, came in behind.
Vandeweghe up off the Nuggets bench. He'll be coming back in for the final 7 seconds as Nance goes to the line.
I think Rondo was going so fast and Nance kind of backed up. He was trying to go by him and just take a swipe at the ball with no contact. But he was going too fast, couldn't change his way.
I think Gondo also is a little bit anxious to play well here tonight after missing the first 2 playoff games. You know he wanted to be in there because he's such a competitor. But he might be a little anxious, maybe trying a little too hard. But man obliges by missing the first of 2 free throws.
Well, you'd always feel 2 for 1, so now it was a good play. Let's turn that around.
Nance misses both of them. Here's Shays with the rebound, but Adams steals it. Nance scores inside. 2 seconds left. Nuggets probably will not get a shot off. They do not. And the first period ends with the Suns leading 31-29. However, Phoenix had leads as big as 7 twice, but the Nuggets have cut it down. We'll be back for the second quarter in just a moment. Kinney checking into the Nuggets lineup along with T.R. Dunn. So it's Bill Hanslick playing a forward now, along with Vandeweghe. Issel is back in at the center spot, and Dunn and McKinney at the guards. Macy and High for Phoenix at the guards. Rory White and Larry Nance at the forwards, and Alvin Adams at the center spot. Vandeweghe. Hickey has found the range. He's got 7 points, and we are tied once again at 31.
Shooting percentages in that first quarter, Phoenix shot 52% to 42% for Denver.
Nuggets need to shoot better than that, but they're in good shape to be behind just by 2 as they started the second quarter, and now they have a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. We're tied at 31. Vandeweghe down the lane, and McGrath. Who do you want to believe? I guess they believe Wally Rooney. Earl Strom was grabbing for the foul. Rooney was giving the travel signal. And now Johnny High runs over Bill Hanslick, and he's called for the offensive foul.
Good play by Bill Hanslick. Stood in there, wasn't his man. Took the charge, take away the hoop.
Nuggets come right down and throw the basketball away.
Careless, Billy.
11:15 to play in the first half as we're just underway in the second quarter. Nuggets trailed by 2 at the end of 1 quarter, 31-29.
In the first quarter, there were 2 times that the Phoenix Suns had 2-shot fouls, missed them both, and ended up getting a hoop on both. One on a bad pass, one on a long rebound. Those things hurt.
Certainly do. But now Phoenix cannot get a basket at the other end, so the Nuggets have had a couple of opportunities to take the lead. Issel won't go. Macy runs it down in the corner.
Dan didn't look like he wanted to shoot that. He kind of hesitated, then let it go.
Alvin Scott will be coming back into the Suns lineup momentarily. Adams on the drive, blocked by Vandeweghe. Nuggets will run. They've got a 3-on-3. Now they slow it up. Hanslick in the corner fakes the shot. Hickey doesn't go again. Adams from 20. Gets a good roll, and it goes down. Alvin Adams with 6 points now. And the Suns lead is 2 again, 33-31 with 9:58 to go in the first half. Hanslick. Too hard. Neither team shooting well right now. Here's Macy. Kyle Macy changes the strategy. He's got 4, and it's a 4-point Suns lead. Their biggest in a while. Kiki from 20. Now they can't leave him alone out there like that. He'll kill you. 9 points for Kiki. 4 of them coming here in the second quarter already. Macy, whistle. Wally Rooney says no, send it the other way.
That's going to be an offensive foul on Alvin Adams for rolling. They're calling that pick and roll very, very closely tonight.
Adams with his second personal foul.
Very, very close on that. You know, I have a feeling, watch, here's a look at it. Watch Adams, he rolls, sets the pick, he rolls. He's a moving pick with the roll. But how many times do you see that in pro basketball?
Every day. Every night about 20 times. Issel drives. Adams knocks it out of his hands and out of bounds. And talking to Wally Rooney. Says, come on, Wally.
Jim, I hate both. Neither team is shooting very well right now. But I have a feeling there's a lot of pressure on this team, and both teams seem to be tired.
Well, these kind of games where it's do or die, particularly in the playoffs, you know there's some nervousness. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Issel will get it off, and it's good. You know there's some nervousness, and these are usually wars. They usually go down. They're usually close ball games, and the Nuggets have not played very many close ones.
Well, they've been wars, but the officials haven't let it get to be a war tonight.
Timeout being called by the Phoenix Suns as the Nuggets are tied 35-35. And Kiki Vandeweghe had a good block here on Alvin Adams, and Kiki just goes up and gets it as Adams had to change the shot.
Great block by Kiki.
We're tied at 35 with 8:45 to go here in the first half. Suns with the basketball. Davis drives, doesn't get, and the tip by Alvin Scott. No, offensive goaltending, says Earl Strong. Tonight at halftime, we'll be going back to the Channel 2 studios for a Channel 2 news brief. Then we'll be coming back here to talk with Stan Albeck, the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. All that coming up at halftime. Rob Williams is back in for the Nuggets, gets it to Alex English, and Alex hits the jumper. He's got 10 now.
The fans at home had a chance to see the replay on that goaltending call by Earl Strom, and that was very, very close to being in or out of the cylinder.
But Earl knew what it was.
He was underneath the hoop.
He was definite. Macy. 6 for Macy. And we're tied at 37. English working on Alvin Scott in the lane. Doesn't go. Johnny High grabs the loose basketball. Macy working on Williams. This time it won't go, and they'll call Rob Williams for the hack.
That's 3 fouls on Rob Williams. I think the one thing Rob was trying not to do was foul. When he left to go in the ball game, last thing Bill Fitch said, Rob, you can't get that 3rd foul. So that's a tough play. Not much of a contact on it. I don't know if he's got a replay. There it is. Watch Rob's. I don't know. That's tough call. We didn't see the whole replay. Didn't see the whole play.
Well, they're calling him very close tonight, and you have to watch that if you're going to play this basketball game. Macy, one of the best free throw shooters in the league, misses the first.
Traditionally, Macy's been very tough on the Nuggets. He hasn't been. They had great games in either game 1 or game 2.
Well, he had 12 points in game 2 when they lost, and 8 in game 1 when they won. And gets the second one, but he had to use every part of the rim to do it. 7 points for Kyle Macy, and the Suns lead by 1, 38-37. Evans turn around over Macy, and he's hammered to the floor, but they'll call an offensive foul on Mike Evans. First personal on Evans. Macy takes a long bomb. Won't go. Davis and Dunn fight for it. Davis gets it. Macy alone. Doesn't get it. Johnny High tips. And it's tipped home by Kyle Macy. 9 points for Macy.
They have 2 6-foot guards under the hoop, and they get 3 tips and finally make it.
Johnny High, however, can jump out of the building. Evans takes the 18-footer. Buries it. First 2 of the night for Mike Evans. And it's a 40-39 ball game. Suns with the 1-point lead, 7:04 to play here in the first half. Macy pushing off on Evans, but they'll call Evans for the foul. His second quick personal. And the Nuggets guards having some foul problems tonight.
Mike Evans, Kyle Macy passed the ball to the forward and cut through, and Evans found himself on the wrong side. He was on the sideline instead of between Macy and the basket.
Davis is open off a good screen, and he scores it. Walter Davis with 7 points, his first 2 of the second quarter.
Phoenix heating up. They're also playing more aggressively defensively.
Their second team is the ones that did the job in game 1 when they came in and really put the pressure on the Nuggets and broke it open. Davis. That's off the mark, and the long rebound comes to Evans. Johnny High clutching and grabbing as he tries to defend Alex English. That's a mismatch, and no way Johnny High was going to win that one without grabbing somebody. Here comes Dennis Johnson back into the Suns lineup as High will go out. And that is the third personal on High. First team foul on the Suns here in the second quarter with 6:25 to play.
We've said how close they've been calling it. They've been calling the traveling. There's been some offensive fouls, which of course don't count as team fouls. I think that's been the difference.
Shot by Issel in and out. Rebound came to English, and then Kyle Macy hacks it. First foul on Macy.
They are really, again, that was one that quite often the officials in this league let that one go.
Evans with another one. 4 points for Michael Evans, and the Nuggets cut the Suns' lead to 1, 42-41 with 5:55 to go here in the first half. Good inside pass from Adams to Scott. 6 for Alvin Scott. Away from 20.
Got a mismatch again. Kyle Macy ended up on Kiki outside, and Kiki's too tall for Kyle Macy.
11 points for Kiki Vandeweghe, and again, the Suns' lead is down to 1, 44-43.
DJ back into the game for Johnny High.
Larry Nance up off the Suns bench. He'll be checking in momentarily. Johnson over Vandeweghe, and Dennis Johnson hits. 6 for DJ. Issel working on Adams. The basket will not count, and the foul is on Alvin Adams. Third foul on Alvin Adams. James Edward quickly up off the bench and into the lineup.
Here's a replay again. A funny play. Dan kind of loses his balance in here. Didn't travel. Larry puts it on the floor. That's a pretty close call, wouldn't you say?
Well, he did get him with the hip a little bit,
yeah.
But
that is 3 fouls, as you said, Tim, on Alvin Adams. Is he coming out of the ball game? Yes, he is. He was walking. I wasn't sure if he was walking to the back court or coming in.
Alvin Scott was yelling at him to get off the floor. He didn't want a technical. Issel used some body English to get that one in, but it goes down, and Dan Issel has 11 to tie Kiki Vandeweghe for the Nuggets' leading scorers here in the first half. 12 for Issel. Boy, has he been great in the 2 games of the series. 26 points in game 2, 32 in game 1. I'll take that back. 25 in both games. I'm sorry, for Issel. Nance. 8 points for Larry Nance. Suns lead it by 3, 48-45 with 4:39 to go here in the first half. Good fake by English, and he banks it home. 12 for Alex. Nuggets are pretty good in the playoffs at home, 10-5, but on the road have had their difficulties. 1-11 on the road in the playoffs. Edwards. Flat shot. Vandeweghe has the rebound. Nuggets can take the lead. 48-47, they trail. Here's Evans. Doesn't go. Issel has the rebound. Mike Evans will take it again. Doesn't go again. T.R. Dunn has the rebound to English. He scores. 14 for English, and that was a super feed by Dunn. Nuggets have taken the lead for the first time tonight. They lead at 49-48 with 3:48 to go here in the first half. Almost stolen by English. DJ too hard. Nance over the back of Vanderwood. Larry Nance with his first personal foul.
That's the 14th foul. There's a replay. Here's where you get 3 shots, you're going to score. Mike Evans missed the first one. That was his second one. TR, great rebound, goes up, sees Alex, drops it off. Easy layup. Great play, TR done.
Vandaway off balance fadeaway, and Kiki now is unconscious as he is hitting all of them. He's got 14 points, and the Nuggets with their biggest lead at 3, 51-48 with 3:20 to go here in the first half. Walter Davis off the side of the rim. They'll call Larry Nance again, I'm sure. They do. Nance pushing Kiki Vandaway away, and Nance quickly picks up his second personal. 15 foul on the Suns, so Kiki Vandaway will be going to the line. John McLeod does not like it at all. Vandaway with 15 points. By the way, Kiki was the guy that had 26 points in the second game and 32 in game 1. So Kiki Vandaway also having an excellent playoff series, averaging 29 a game. He gets both of the free throws, and he's got 16 points, 11 coming here in the second quarter.
There you see Joe Kramer, who just replaced James Edwards. And Phoenix has a pretty small lineup in there right now. Their frontline Nance, of course, is still in there. But Alvin Scott and Joel Kramer center.
Small lineup for them, except with the guard spots, and I think Mike Evans will get another personal. Bill Hanslick will be checking into the Nuggets lineup. It is on Evans as he pushed Dennis Johnson down low. Third foul on Evans, 13th foul on the Nuggets. Nuggets have their biggest lead at 5.
Billy Hanslick is coming in for Kiki Vandaway. Again, Doug is choosing to go with Bill, who's been playing in these playoffs, rather than go with Gondo. And Billy McKinney comes in to replace Mike Evans. Billy, tough job. Dennis Johnson.
And wait, what do they call it?
It's a 2-shot foul.
It is. For a minute, I thought Wally Rooney was calling an offensive foul, but they called the foul on Billy McKinney, his first personal, and a timeout being called by the Nuggets as they lead at 53-48. Back with more in a moment. Right now at 5, 53-48. The Suns' biggest has been 7. But the Nuggets did not take the lead until 3:49 of the second quarter when they finally grabbed control of the lead. Tonight at halftime, we'll be going back to the Channel 2 studios for a Channel 2 news brief, and then we'll be coming back here to Phoenix and talk with Stan Albeck, the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. All that coming up at halftime tonight. And, of course, the Spurs will be the opponent for whoever wins this basketball game tonight in the next round of the playoffs.
We have some up-to-date statistics. The shooting has basically evened out with neither team shooting real well. Phoenix is now shooting 48%, and Denver is shooting 47%.
Dennis Johnson at the line to shoot 2. By the way, in the NBA elsewhere today, Boston beats Atlanta 98-79 to win that mini-series 2-1. Philadelphia over New York 112-102, so Philadelphia leads that series 1-0. And LA beat Portland 118-97. The Lakers lead that series 1-0. Dennis Johnson gets them both. He's got 8 points in the game, and the Nuggets lead is down to 3, 53-50. Good pressure in the backcourt by the Suns, but somebody's got to be open. Hanslick will take it. Doesn't get it. DJ rebound. Nance drives into Hanslick. No call. Walter Davis from the corner. Davis with 9, and the Nuggets lead is 1, 53-52 with 2:25 to go in the first half. English over Alvin Scott. And Alex English with 16 points now. During the timeout, you and I were talking, Tom, that the Nuggets haven't played particularly well, but they have hung in close and have taken the lead, and that has to be some good things for the Nuggets. As Davis scores again, he's got 11, and the Nuggets lead is again at 1. Macy up off the Suns bench. Alex English bothered a bit by Walter Davis, but he turns around and hits it. And all of a sudden, Alex English has 18 points. Tonight's first half of Denver Nuggets basketball, game number 3 of the Western Conference miniseries, is being brought to you in part by Michelob. Some things speak for themselves.
14,650. The Suns thank you all.
Phoenix has called a 20-second timeout here with 1:36 left. They, of course, have one for the half, and John McLeod wants to talk to his troops to score 57-54 Denver.
And they've got a sellout here this evening at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix. 14,660 here to see Game 3 of this miniseries. And it's been quite a kind of a quiet crowd so far tonight.
Yeah, I would say it has. I overheard the Phoenix announcer at the game Thursday in Denver saying that this is the loudest crowd I've ever heard in the NBA, which is a compliment to Denver fans.
So all you Denver fans say thank you to the Phoenix broadcasters. Here's Joel Kramer taking an outside shot. Nuggets will let him take that one. Rory White is also up off the Suns bench. He'll be checking in a moment. English doesn't go this time. Push off by Nance, no call. He had Bill Hanslick buried in the floor with his arm as he grabbed the rebound. Good defense by Hanslick. He played great defense in Game 2, but Macy hit the jumper. 11 for Kyle Macy. And once again, the Nuggets lead is down to 1, 57-56 with 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Stolen away by Walter Davis. Davis and Macy. 12 for Macy, and the Suns take the lead again, 58-57 with 28 seconds to play in the first half. 18 on the shot clock. English from 17 gets it. Alex English with 20 points in the first half. Nuggets take the lead back, 59-58. 10 seconds left in the first half of play. Down to 5. Davis has it tipped away by Dunn. Now he takes it. He'll be short. And that's how the first half ends, as Walter Davis misses on the long shot. And the Nuggets go into the locker room leading by 1, 59-58. After one half of play, they trailed by 2 at the end of the first quarter, 31-29, but came back to take a lead as big as 5 before going into the locker room with the 1-point lead.
Very interesting half, Jim. The officials had made up their mind beforehand. They were certainly not going to let it get out of hand. Denver shot the ball very, very poorly early, finally got in the flow, and as we said, they took a 5-point lead, and I don't think they played real well the first half. Phoenix obviously misses person and probably the most interested spectator tonight.
Well, Tommy, it's an interesting game. As we talked, prior to going on camera, I think the fact that Doug Moe was able to steal 4 minutes there at the end of the period certainly has to be an advantage for them in the second half with Dan Issel.
The game, again, Lucas not playing, obviously a factor. What are your thoughts on that one, Stan?
Well, I think they probably could have gotten by tonight, and they still might, Tommy, because they can play on emotion and adrenaline at this point. But maybe in a 7-game series, if he's going to be out, then I think the other team could make some adjustments. And certainly, he's not an Alvin Scott.
No, there's no question about that. Stan, as I watched the game, I made the comment a couple of times, Earl Strom and Wally Rooney seem to be calling the game quite closely. And one of the thoughts I had was the incident in Boston, and as tough as these first 2 games were, is that in their mind, thinking they better control this ball game?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I think Earl is a very good official to have, in a road game and certainly in the playoffs and a deciding game. And I think Wally Rooney historically has proven to be a referee who has given, the opposing team a break or 2 on the road. So in coming into the arena and seeing who was there, I mean, I would have been absolutely elated, and I'm sure Doug was too. But it'll still be decided on the floor in those paint lines.
There's no question about that. As you sit out the mini-series, which some people call a pretty tough job, you obviously get, 10, 12 days rest have you had?
Well, I think about 10, and we went to 2 a day, so, Tommy, out in El Paso, Texas, and it was almost like a concentration camp or a camp before the season starts, because we didn't want to lose that momentum. But I think this is going to be a second half that's really going to be a great one, and I think the Nuggets really have a more than a legitimate chance to win it.
You obviously, you can't really have a preference, and if you did, you couldn't say it right now. You like the Nuggets at this point?
Oh, I think they're in good shape. You know, they've got 24 more minutes, and they can advance, you know, to that second round. That's the important thing, and it'd be a great thing for Ed McCombs and certainly the franchise.
Stan, we appreciate your stopping by. Good luck in the series. I can't say that if you play Denver, but thank you.
Tommy, thank you.
And we'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
Out of bounds off of Alvin Scott's. Nuggets will get it back. They've got 8 seconds on the shot clock. And the Nuggets with the lead, 59-58, as we are just underway here in Game 3 of the Western Conference mini-series in the second half. Alex English gets the bucket. He's got 22 points, and no question, Alex English having his best game of this 3-game series. First half stats thought were interesting in the fact that as Dennis Johnson scores, DJ now with 10 points. Both teams shot about even from the floor, 49% for the Nuggets, 50 for the Suns. As Kiki Vandeweghe comes right back, he's got 17. But the Nuggets were 9 for 9 from the foul line, while the Suns were only 8 of 14.
That's the only stat that varies at all. Everything else is almost exactly even. First time down the court, John McLeod took Dennis Johnson inside, working on Rob Williams, who has 3 personal fouls.
Walter Davis, Nance is wide open. Banks it, won't go, and Issel will be called for the foul. That is the first foul on Dan Issel in this basketball game as we start the second half. Well, I take that back. That is the second foul on Issel, first team foul on the Nuggets. And the Suns trail the Nuggets by 3 points, 63-60.
We talk about that stats. Each team has 14 personal fouls. Each team has 7 turnovers. The rebounders are 25-23 in favor of Phoenix. Each team has 7 offensive rebounds. One team keeps 49, one keeps 50. You can't be any closer than that.
One advantage I think the Nuggets had in that first half anyway is that the Suns, through the series, have been overwhelming leaders in the block shot category. But the Suns had 0 block shots in the first half, while the Nuggets had 2. Not an outstanding stat, but it's a bit of a change. English from Williams. English with 24 points. And the Nuggets have the 3-point lead again, 65-62 with 10:40 to go in the third quarter.
There goes Dennis Johnson inside.
But they get it to Alvin Scott. Turnaround short, won't go. Whistle. It's on Alex English.
I think that's right. Alex was behind him. I don't know if we have a replay on it. Here it is. It's the pass into Alvin Scott, goes up for the jumper. Dennis Johnson comes inside of Alex. Really not much of a foul either way.
However, Dennis was grabbing his head, and I didn't see him get hit in the head either.
That's good.
That's an Oscar winner for Dennis Johnson.
You've got about 24 minutes of basketball for the season. It's either over or you go to another 7-gamer. This is time you have to really sit down and play the defense.
Give the basketball to the Nuggets. Good call by Rooney and Strom, and they both agree.
Well, I think Wally let Earl make the call.
Stolen away from behind by Alvin Scott. Saves on the end line. Then Walter Davis knocks Issel down, and they'll call Davis for the foul.
First ball, both going after the ball.
For Davis, his second personal, and the first team foul on the Suns. Issel over Nance. Doesn't go. Tipped by English, won't go. Davis in the lane to Nance. Larry Nance with 12 points now. And the Nuggets lead is down to 1, 65-64. Here's Issel. Earl Strom says no.
The foul was when he was catching the ball.
It's on Nance. It'll be the third personal on Larry Nance. Second team foul on the Suns. 9:45 to go in the third quarter. Nuggets lead it by 1, 65-64.
Dan jumps on Kiki. Don't let Nance have any more of those layups. Again, this can be one at the defensive end of the court.
Kiki stepped on Alvin Scott's foot, I believe, and it caused him to go down and travel.
Limping as he comes back a little bit. Come on, Kiki.
Walter Davis from 18. Walter Davis, first 2 points of the third quarter. He's got 13. And the Suns have the lead back, 66-65. Issel in and out. Rebound with Dennis Johnson. Tough pass to Alvin Scott. Saves it on the end line to DJ. He scores.
Doug's going to stop that one. He's up to call timeout. Phoenix goes ahead by 3.
Suns lead at 68-65. Back with more in a moment. Tom, as a good friend of ours would say, this is gut check time. It's the team that wants it the worst at this point because it's been a close basketball game all the way. Phoenix had that early 7-point lead. The Nuggets came back to take a 5-point lead. But most of the time, it's been 1 or 2 points, and it's been back and forth. We've had 4 lead changes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ties in this basketball game.
Glancing down one stat that varies a little bit from the bench, Phoenix got 19 points in the first half. Denver only got 8.
Vandeweghe takes the long jumper. He gets it this time. 19 points for Kiki Vandeweghe. Nuggets cut the lead to 1, 68-67 with 8:50 to go in the third quarter. Walter Davis, good pass to Alvin Adams. Suns moved the basketball well on that one. Lead it by 3, 70-67. Here's Issel alone. Dan Issel with his first 2 points of the second half. He's got 14, and the Nuggets trail by 1, 70-69 with 8:14 to play in the third quarter. Suns being very patient. Alvin Adams throws up an off-balance shot. Had the idea he was going to shoot, then got knocked off balance and just threw one up. Vandeweghe banks it good. 21 for Kiki.
It's a great pass by Rob Williams, who I honestly thought was going up to shoot the ball. Somebody flew by him, finds Kiki in the corner, gets a hoop.
And Nuggets take the lead back, 71-70 with 7:40 to go in the third quarter. 5th lead change of the game. Nance drives down the lane and runs right over Dan Issel. Offensive foul on Larry Nance, his 4th personal foul. Rob Williams' shot won't go. Tipped around, comes to English. T.R. Dunn kept it alive, and now English is fouled by Alvin Adams, and that is 4 on Adams. So the 2 big men, Adams and Nance, both have 4 personal fouls. And I don't see anybody yet getting up off of the Suns bench.
That was a great effort by T.R. Dunn, who knocked that ball loose from the other side of the basket on the miss by Rob Williams. Gave Alex a chance to draw that 4th foul on Alvin Adams. There's a chance to look at it.
It was Dunn who kept it alive and tapped it to English. Alex completes the 3-point play. He's got 25 points, and the Nuggets lead it by 3, 73-70. With 7:12 to play in the third quarter. Nance working on English. Goes all the way around 3 or 4 times, but goes down for Larry Nance, and he's got 14 points.
That was a tough shot.
Certainly was. A little jump hook over English. Behind the back by Williams. He goes past Davis, and then it's blocked out of bounds. And now Rory White coming into the Suns lineup. Larry Nance coming out. So White is back in. He comes back in with 4 points. Nance leaves with 14. Issel has it tipped out of bounds by Adams. Nuggets with 14 seconds now on the shot clock. They lead it by 1, 73-72. Alex English down in the lane. Vandeweghe around English and everybody, in and out. Tough shot for Kiki as he was pushed wide in the lane. Walter Davis, they'll call him for the offensive foul. Good call by Wally Rooney.
The fans don't like it at all. It's DJ's complaining. You know, one of the things, they started out the second half, Phoenix, the first time down, because there's a replay. See if Waller sticks that right arm out. He goes up with his left hand, puts it into Kiki.
No question.
It was a tough call.
It was right out there.
Started to say that early in the second half, they went inside to DJ, had great success, and they haven't gone back to it.
English turnaround, Banks in and out, tipped up. English rebounds, whistle, and it'll stay right there, says Earl Strom. Well, no, it won't. It's on Kiki Vandeweghe. It'll come the other way. The way he gave the indication, I thought the basketball was going to stay at the Nuggets' end. It's the first foul on Kiki.
Earl indicated that. A couple of times he gets mixed up on those directions, which team's going which way.
The girl's getting a little old?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
No. James Edwards into the ballgame for Phoenix, right inside to him.
Working on Issel, turn around by Edwards. He's good on that shot, but he doesn't get it this time. T.R. Dunn can't grab the rebound, and Edwards gets it again. Fresh 24 for the Suns. Rory White.
Looks like he traveled to me, but he didn't call it.
Turnaround is good for White.
And Phoenix is back ahead by 1, right back into the ballgame.
Sixth lead change of the game as they lead it. Rob Williams in the lane. Great move by Williams. Williams, first 2 points of the night for Rob, and he gives the Nuggets the lead back 75-74 with 5:44 to go in the third quarter.
Play defense, Denver.
Walter Davis is open from 15.
Good. TR got picked off. He got knocked down on the other side of the lane. Looking for a foul from Earl Strom right now.
15 points for Walter Davis, and the Suns retake the lead, 76-75. Issel on Edwards. Blocked by Alvin Scott as he came over to help. DJ to Scott. He slams it. 8 points for Alvin Scott, and the Suns have the 3-point lead, 78-75, with 5:09 to go in the third quarter. T.R. Dunn quiets the crowd with a turnaround jumper. That was a big hoop for the Nuggets because the fans had gotten into this one on the slam by Alvin Scott.
That's the loudest they've been all night.
Dunn with 6 points, and the lead is 1, 78-71. DJ goes all the way, doesn't go, and Alex English rebounds. Behind the back from Williams to Vandeweghe, it's blocked by Alvin Scott as he gets up over Kiki to make the block, and it'll be a jump basket. Wait a minute. No,
foul. Alvin Scott. And the fans are up on that one.
Rob Williams goes out of the Nuggets lineup. Evans comes in.
Here's a replay. Watch Kiki. Watch Alvin Scott. He got some hand. That's a good call by Earl Strom.
I thought he was calling all ball. We got to watch Earl. He has some strange signals here tonight. Vandeweghe at the line for 2. He can give the Nuggets the lead back. He ties it at 78.
Every time one of the teams gets 3 ahead, the other one comes right back, gets 2 in a row, and it goes back and forth.
Well, I told you it would be a dogfight, and Kiki leaves it at a tie as he misses the second. Here's Bill Hansley walking in front of us as he will go to the scorer's bench, but a timeout being called by the Phoenix Suns as we are tied at 78 with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. It's been a back-and-forth ball game. We'll be back with more in a moment. Jim Conrad, Tom Jorgensen back at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona. We're in the third quarter of the third and final playoff game in the Western Conference miniseries as Hanslick and Shays are into the ball game for the Nuggets.
This is the time that bench has to be very, very tough. They can't give anything up for Denver. Defensively, they have to play.
Turnaround, Rory White, blocked by English, out of bounds. It'll be Suns basketball. 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Suns.
That's a good call. It went off Alex.
Good block by Alex as he played the good defense. Dennis Johnson will take the long jumper. Tipped up by Alvin Scott, who's going berserk. Scott now with 10 points. Alex English over Rory Scott, misses DJ rebound. Suns lead it by 2. White over English this time in the lane, and Rory White. The rookie looks like he wants the basketball, and he scores. He's got 8, and it's a 4-point Suns lead, 82-78, with 3:42 to go in the third quarter. Now a whistle. Who will they call this time? They call Bill Hansley for the offensive foul. Second on Hansley.
That last time out from John McLeod, he got his team together. They came out strong. Chance to go 6 ahead right here. DJ wants to do something special. He's looking for somebody.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Macy. They wanted to get it to Macy on Mike Evans. He takes the jumper. No good. Shays is there. Alex English knocks down Rory White, turns around and scores. Rory White has been really trying to muscle English, but Alex gets the bucket with 27, and the Nuggets have cut the lead to 2.
That's a big exchange. You have a chance to go down 6. Instead, you come back. They miss, and you come back and get the hoop.
Edwards pounds Mike Evans with the pick, but there was no call.
Alvin Scott had the baseline, and Bill Hanslick went behind him, was able to knock the ball loose. Walter Davis coming back in. They're coming in forward. Alvin Scott goes out to a standing ovation.
By the way, Alex English now with a new playoff high. He's got 27 points. His old high was 26. Macy misses, tipped up and rebounded by Johnson, and thrown away by Dunn. Good play by TR. Nuggets can tie it. They've got a 5-on-4. Dunn was open because Johnson was still down at the other end of the floor. And TR Dunn now with 8 big points here as he ties it at 82.
Every time you think the team has a chance to break out again, the other team comes right back in the ballgame.
2:20 to go in the third quarter. Walter Davis, 4 on the shot clock, and he gets it. 17 for Davis. Dennis Johnson and Bill Hanslick really going at it, and now a whistle at the other end. I believe it's on Walter Davis. We'll see. Johnny High coming back in.
It's on Rory White inside. Alex English will go to the line. Denver is in the penalty. I'm sorry, they're not. I read the wrong side of the board. Are they?
Yeah, they are. First foul on Rory White, but it's
right.
the 15th foul on the Suns, and English will go to the foul line with 1:59 to go here in the third quarter.
Johnny High replaces Dennis Johnson for the Suns.
English with 28 points now. This is the kind of game that you knew the Nuggets really needed from Alex. He had 16 in game 1, rebounded somewhat to get 21 in game 2, and now has 28 tonight in game 3, and he misses the second. So the Suns stay with that 1-point lead, 84-83. Walter Davis doesn't go. Mike Evans skies for the rebound. Nuggets can take the lead. TR Dunn out to English in the corner. Gets it. Alex English with 30 points. And the Nuggets lead at 85-84 with 1:32 to go here in the third quarter. 9th lead change of the ball game. Rory White, the rookie, really trying to go for it. Hanslick got the rebound, and they'll call it on Dennis Johnson, I believe.
No, it's Bill Hanslick. Dennis Johnson.
Well, they did call it on Dennis.
They're both 24, James.
That's right, they are.
That's only the 4th team fouls, the first in the last 2 minutes. The next one will be penalty, but that does not fall out of bounds on the side to Phoenix.
Call it on Hanslick. 3rd foul on Bill.
That's a pretty good foul. They had a layup inside. He just grabbed and would not let...
TR Dunn on Walter Davis, and TR will pick up his 3rd personal foul.
TR didn't like the call, but I thought that was a foul, definite foul. Walter's, here's the replay of it. Goes inside. TR gets the ball. He got it early and just held onto it. There was contact. Walter Davis is so tough to play one-on-one. He's got a lot of spin moves. Great offensive one-on-one player. Tough job for TR Dunn.
Davis ties it at 85 with that free throw. He's got 18 points in the ballgame. And he gives the Suns the lead back, 86-85 with 1:05 to go in the third quarter. Dunn around Johnny High, gets Edwards up in the air, and then throws the basketball away, but he was called for the travel before he threw it away.
Yep. This is a time Denver has messed up the ends of quarters numerous times in the last couple of weeks. Very important. They're one down. Play the defense tough. Take your time at the other end.
Davis lofts one. It goes in.
It's up now. It's up.
Walter Davis with 21. Suns lead it by 3, 88-85 with 40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Clear it out.
English working on Rory White. Shoves him. No call. Now they do. Yes, Strong calls the shove.
You can see Maurice Lucas in the base sport coat up on the bench, and the Phoenix bench was very upset with that one. Alex trying to go to the baseline. They call the block.
second foul on Rory White. But English will go to the line, and Alex can cut the lead to just one.
There's 29 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Denver should get one more shot, of course, depending on what Phoenix does with the ball. Again, I mentioned that Denver has had trouble at the end of quarters making careless mistakes. They've got to hang in here. They're one down.
32 points for Alex English, 12 here in the third quarter. And the Nuggets trail by one, 88-87. 15 on the shot clock, 8:19 on the game clock.
Walter Davis looks like he's down on his mark for a race, ready to go for a lob in from this side.
Down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. Edwards in the lane, takes it with 3 seconds, and James Edwards scores. He's got 4 points. 4 seconds for the Nuggets to get off a shot. Mike Evans around Macy. No call, and the basket will not count. It was too late, and the Suns lead at 90-87 after 3 quarters of play. Back with the fourth and final quarter in just a moment. Suns lead by 3, 90-87 as we go to the fourth quarter, and it's been a close ball game all the way, and it's something the Nuggets have really not been used to.
Well, that's right, Jim. We've mentioned it a couple of times in some of our telecasts that the Nuggets really have not played a get down to the end 1 2-point ball game probably in 25 games. And we used the set in the entire season plus the playoffs. They've only had, I think, 6 games that were less than 4 points.
Phoenix led by 1 at the end of the first, led by 2 at the end of the first quarter. Nuggets led by 1 at halftime, and at the end of 3 quarters, Phoenix by 3. So it's been an airtight ball game. Johnny High misses on the tip after Rory White missed, and Hanslick grabs the rebound. Vandeweghe, Issel, Rob Williams, who misses that jumper for the Nuggets along with Dunn and Hanslick, but Williams come out of there with the basketball. Hanslick scores, but it will not count. It'll be an offensive foul on Rob Williams.
Johnny High took the charge.
4th personal on Williams.
There's the replay of it. Johnny High has good position. Rob tried to get out of the way and go sideways, but he couldn't get out, couldn't go. Tried to move around, slide around, didn't do it. Second chance for Phoenix to get a 5-point lead here.
Edwards around Issel, takes the jumper, and Rob Williams cleared out of there, got the rebound. Now it has it stolen away. Edwards and Rory White really collide with. Edwards is down. Edwards is hurt at the other end. Vandeweghe is fouled down at the other end. Edwards and Rory White had a head-on collision right in front of our position as you look at James Edwards on the floor being attended to by the trainer, Joe Proschke.
I didn't see it. I was watching Rob Williams. Rob did an unbelievable job of keeping control of that ball. He's got quickness. He was in a crowd. Here's the replay. The ball's going loose. Rob's fighting to get it. There's...
Look at Edwards and Rory White along with
boxed in there. I couldn't tell who it had. Rob falling down, pushes the ball off to T.R. Dunn. The Nuggets get a foul at the other end.
The foul was on Kyle Macy, and Vandeweghe will be going to the line once they...
Here's another one. We've got third. Watch it. Watch his head. Oh, they did hit head. You were right, Jim. You got it the first time. There's a timeout on the floor out here right now.
Timeout being called by the Suns. 11:04 to play in the basketball game. 90-87, the Suns with the lead, and James Edwards now setting up. And checking the pupils, he may have had some kind of concussion because
that was a shot.
They really collided. Now Edwards is up, walking off the court as he gets a hand from the crowd here.
I think he's all right. I think we might see him some more.
Timeout with the Suns, and we will be back with more basketball in just a moment. Kiki Vandeweghe hit 1 of 2 free throws. Now the miss by Alvin Adams. It goes out of bounds off of Johnny High. It'll be Nuggets basketball, and the Nuggets can tie it. The Suns lead it 90-88 with 10:30 to play here in the final game of the season for one of these two teams. The loser takes the summer off. The winner goes on to San Antonio to meet the Spurs. Dunn rebounds and then has his shot blocked by Johnny High. Macy. Good pick by Larry Nance on Bill Hanslick. Nuggets can get an easy one, 3-on-1. Williams, Hanslick, and Dunn to TR, and TR scores it. Dunn now with 10 points, and we are tied at 90. 9:53 to go. You like this, Coach?
I love the game. It really, really gets tough, of course. It's the end of the season for the loser, which adds all the pressure in the world to the ball game, and great ball game. Defense will win it, Jim.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Macy, 3 seconds. Will he get it off? High will take the jumper. Doesn't go. Williams tipped it up. Issel tipped it up. Davis rebounds. And he is fouled from behind by Rob Williams. 5th foul on Williams as Davis will go to the line. And Alex English and Mike Evans will check in for the Nuggets.
That could hurt Denver. The 5th foul. There's 9:31 here in the 4th quarter. The game tied. Phoenix barely got the shot off with a second left on their, actually a half a second left. There's Rob on the bench. To the 24-second slot clock. Would have been a great turnover for Denver. Now Walter Davis on the line for 2.
Rob Williams, as we saw, got into early foul trouble as he picked up 2 quick ones early, and it's been a tough night for him ever since. Walter Davis, however, misses the first. There's James Edwards with the ice bag on his head. He looks to be not in too bad a shape, and we may see him later. Walter Davis gets the second one. He's got 22 points in the ball game, and it's a 91-90 Suns lead.
Doug calls number 1. He wants a particular play here.
Tipped out of bounds by Kyle Macy. Alvin Scott coming into the Suns lineup to replace Walter Davis. Davis goes out, Scott in. 14 seconds on the shot clock for the Nuggets.
This is also the time you need good shot selection. The shooters have to shoot it.
Which in this case is Issel, Vandeweghe, and English. Blocked by Alvin Scott. Boy, has he done a good job defensively. 2 seconds on the shot clock. English gets it off. Doesn't go. Tipped up by Vandeweghe, and Dunn comes out of there. Good offensive rebounding by the Nuggets. Here's English off a good pass from Issel. Do they count it? No.
Foul before the shot. It's on Nance, and I think that's his 5th. Yeah.
5 fouls now on Larry Nance, who was back into the ball game along with Alvin Adams. Adams has 4 personals.
And here's the pass. The foul was just as Alex got the ball. That's the second team foul on Phoenix here in the 4th quarter.
Issel, good pass. Tried to jam it, didn't get it as Adams got a hand on it, and Scott comes out of the crowd with the basketball. Stolen away by T.R. Dunn, but he gets it back, or it's tapped back by Larry Nance. Dennis Johnson in the lane.
That's offensive foul. He got TR on the arrow, went into him. I think that was a good call by Earl Strom.
If DJ had gone straight up, there would have been no call.
Watch DJ. Here he goes. He fakes it, and there he goes right into. TR was just standing there. That is a good call by Earl Strom.
For Johnson, his 3rd personal. And the Nuggets with a chance to take the lead again, 91-90. Bill Hanslick up off the Nuggets bench. Mike Evans hits the long jumper.
I told you they needed good shot selection and to choose good shots. And again, I've repeated myself on this. Mike Evans is 3 for 3 going to his left tonight, and he's 0 for 3 going to his right or standing still.
Nuggets lead at 92-91. Here's Rory White. Almost loses it. Adams working on Issel. 5 on the shot clock, but Dennis Johnson will take the long jumper. Mike Evans grabs the rebound. English on the rookie. Drives. Scott gets the block. Issel has the rebound. It's blocked again. Issel saves to English. Who's got the basketball? Alex does, but wait a minute. They call a jump ball. Dennis Johnson and Alex English.
I think we may have a replay. Here we come. Here's Danny. That's after the first rebound. We didn't get it early enough. That's a good block by Alvin Scott on that one. Dan barely saves it in.
Dennis Johnson controls the tip.
The ball, I think he got it. That was close to a goaltender. Alvin Scott made both those blocks.
I tell you, he's had a heck of a ball game. Alvin Scott starting in place of Maurice Lucas, who is injured. Scott throws up one, and Vandeweghe will be called for the foul. For Kiki, his second team foul on the Nuggets.
Kiki didn't get very much of him on that particular play. Didn't like the call. That's a foul. You don't want to foul Alvin Scott shooting a ball away from the free throw line.
Scott will go to the line. Shays is into the Nuggets lineup along with Vandeweghe, Evans, Hanslick, and English. And we are tied again at 92. 7:34 to play in the basketball game. Alvin Scott gets another one. 12 points for Alvin Scott, and the Suns take the lead, 93-92. Shea's wide open. Dan Shea's wide open as the Suns got mixed up defensively, and the Nuggets retake the lead at 94-93. And it was almost a walk by Shea.
Again, we're back to the defense time at the Denver end of the court here, guys.
Scott against Vandeweghe. Tough shot, and Mike Evans skies for the rebound. Boy, does he get up for somebody 6'1". Evans takes it all the way the other way and takes a terrible shot. Now Shea's and Adams go down in a heap, and the foul, I believe, will be on Danny Shea.
Michael gets out of control sometimes. He makes an unbelievable rebound, and that's, you get a 1-point lead, you get the ball 7 minutes, you take your time, get the ball inside to Alex, get it into one of the shooters, or Kiki somebody. Don't throw up a no-brainer.
14 ties in this ball game and 13 lead changes. It has been playoff basketball. Johnson being guarded by Hanslick, and they go down in a big heap, and Shea's comes out of there with the basketball. Good pass by Evans to Vandeweghe, who slams it home. 25 points for Kiki Vandeweghe, and now Alvin Adams is grabbing his knee, but he's all right. He's coming back up. Timeout on the floor. Nuggets lead it by 3, 96-93, with 6:33 to play. Back in a moment. Tim Conrad, Tom Jorgensen back in Phoenix as we've got 6:33 to play in this basketball game, and it's been a good one.
That no call on the last, the fans here are still upset about that. There was all kinds of contact, and they've been calling all contact all night. The ball broke loose. Mike Evans passed to Kiki for a layup. Big call in Denver's favor right there.
Walter Davis working on T.R. Dunn. Davis misses, and Vandeweghe with a big rebound. Nuggets can boost their lead to 5. It would match their biggest lead of the ballgame. Alex English, turnaround, it's good. English with 34 points in tonight's basketball game, and the Nuggets lead it by 5, matching their biggest lead, 98-93, with 6 minutes to go in the basketball game. Alvin Scott. Good block by Alex English, and they'll call a jump ball.
Great block by Alex English. There's your replay, both hands on it.
Alex controlled the tip, but it went right to Kyle Mason. DJ on Vandeweghe. Takes it all the way. Shea's had the basketball, but Wally Rooney says no. He got Dennis Johnson on the body. So the foul is on Shea's, and for Danny, that is his second, 4th team foul. Larry Nance up off the Suns bench. He'll be checking in. Nance with 5 fouls. Dennis Johnson gets the first. He's got 13 points now in the basketball game. Adams comes out. Nance in.
Here comes Danny Issel back in the ballgame. Danny stays in there. We're kind of waiting for that. See what happens here down the end. Dan's not in time enough to get in. He's at the scorer's table. He'll let Danny Shea's play the defensive end and then bring Issel in back at the offense.
Dennis Johnson gets them both. He's got 14 points, and the lead is 3. 98-95 Nuggets with 5:42 to go in the game. English working on Alvin Scott. Double team by Davis, not in time. Alex English is red hot. He's got 36 points tonight. And as we already told you, that's a playoff career high for Alex English. Davis blocked by TR, but he gets Davis on the arm. And Issel will check in on the foul as T.R. Dunn picks up his 4th personal foul, 15th foul on the Nuggets.
Here's a replay. Walter gets a half a step on TR. There goes in. Danny Shea's comes over to help. Awful close again. A tough call. Both of them had a little ball. TR definitely had some ball.
That's good defense by T.R. Dunn because he forces him down to the baseline where he gets some help from Shea's. Unfortunately, he picked up the foul as Walter Davis gets his 23rd and 24th points of the ball game. 3-point lead for the Nuggets, 197, 5:09 to play. Dennis Johnson guarding Vanderwood. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Mike Evans to Issel, who's open. Nance bothered him a little bit, and the rebound to Alvin Scott. Suns can cut it to 1. Nance. Macy's open. Doesn't go. Macy tries to save, runs over a cameraman, and how's Kyle Macy? Went diving in. He's all right. He's up. But the Nuggets will get the basketball.
Doug wants a timeout here. Again, they've got that 3-point lead, 4 minutes and 40 left. They didn't get a good shot last time. He needs a good shot.
We'll be back with more basketball right after this. The keys to the Nuggets getting this 3-point lead, actually a 5-point lead at one time here in the fourth quarter, is the fact that the Phoenix Suns have not hit a field goal yet in the fourth quarter.
Oh, is that right?
All of their 10 points here in the fourth have come from the foul line. And the Nuggets lead it by 3, 197 with 4:38 to play. Rob Williams, T.R. Dunn at the guards for the Nuggets. Vandeweghe, Issel, and English. So it's the starting lineup for the Nuggets.
They'll set up a play. They want to get Alex is hot. They'd like to get the ball. Alvin Scott doing a good job on Alex inside. They can't get it in there.
Scott, an excellent defensive player. Here's Williams. Gets it to Vandeweghe. 5 on the shot clock. Kiki forces one off the side of the rim, and Macy rebounds. Again, the Suns can cut it to 1 with 4:15 to play in the fourth and final quarter. Nance, turnaround, jump hook, tough shot. Rebound to Nance. Doesn't go. Dennis Johnson from behind. They'll call the foul on DJ. 4th foul on Dennis Johnson. 3rd team foul on the Suns here in the fourth quarter. Alvin Adams is back in for the Suns. He's got 4 fouls. Nance has 5, and Dennis Johnson with 4.
And Alvin Adams comes in, and he will get the job of guarding Alex English. Alex, hot as heck. They have not been able to get him the ball the last 2 times down the court, and they've ended up taking terrible shots at the end of 24 seconds.
Here's English. But Vandeweghe doesn't see him. Williams is open. He'll take the jumper. Doesn't get it. T.R. Dunn tried to grab the rebound, but Walter Davis has it. Again, the Suns with their 3rd straight opportunity to cut it to 1. Macy, long jumper. It's good. Kyle Macy from the corner. His first 2 points of the second half. He's got 15. And the Nuggets lead at 199 with 3:30 to go in the game. English's lob into Issel, knocked out of bounds by Nance.
3 times down the court in a row now. Denver has not gotten good shots. 2 pressured long jumpers and then an outsider by Rob Williams. They need to get a good hoop, good shot.
English over Adams this time. In and out. Nance rebound.
Pressured shot again.
Now the Suns have a chance to take the lead. Macy. Now he takes it in the lane. Tough shot. Hipped out by Issel to Rob Williams. Good play by Dan Issel. Williams runs it all the way the other way. T.R. Dunn can't handle the pass. It goes off of T.R. Out of bounds. Who do they call it off of? And it's off of Alex English. They'll give the ball to the Suns. 3:05 to play. Here we get a look at it.
Replay. Alex got the ball. He's in bounds. He throws it and it hits the man out of bounds. They must have said he stepped on the line.
The second half of Denver Nuggets basketball, game number 3 of the Western Conference Mini Series, is being brought to you in part by Budweiser Light. The light beer with the clean, distinctive taste, worthy of the king of beers. Bring out your best with Budweiser Light. Nance has it blocked by English. Issel comes out of there with the basketball. 199. Nuggets lead it by 1. 2:42 to play in the game. Vandeweghe. Short. And a whistle underneath. Underneath, who are they calling it on?
They're calling it on Dennis Johnson, fouling Kiki on the shot. That's only the 3rd team foul on the Nuggets, but again, that is 6 times in a row down the court. The Nuggets have only gotten 1 shot, and it hasn't been a good shot, and that wasn't a good shot. Kiki shot it quickly. Underneath the basket, Earl Strom called Dennis Johnson for hitting Kiki in the belly as he shot the ball.
Nuggets get a break, but Kiki Vandeweghe misses the free throw. Kiki has been finished as the number 3 free throw shooter, number 2 free throw shooter in the NBA, and was shooting 91% from the line coming into tonight, but has missed a few here. Gets that one, and it's a 2-point lead for the Denver Nuggets, 101-99 with 2:29 to go in the game. The biggest lead in this game has been 7 by the Suns, and that was early in the first quarter. Davis. 26 for Davis. We're tied at 101. English being muscled by Alvin Adams. Here's T.R. Dunn. 9 on the shot clock. Vandeweghe will take it down the lane this time. Blocked out of bounds by Larry Nance.
You have to give Phoenix credit on the defense. The last instant, I think it was the timeout at 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and the Nuggets have not gotten a good shot yet. There's only 5 seconds on the shot clock right now.
They're going to have to do this. They're going to have to do this one quickly to get off a good one. Alex English turns, gets it off the side of the board, and Dennis Johnson comes out of there with the basketball. 101, we're tied. 1:45 to go in the game. And it's been the Suns who have played the better basketball here in the last 2 minutes. Almost stolen by T.R. Dunn. Walter Davis, shove outside on Dunn. And T.R. picks up his 5th personal foul. Davis will go to the line. Dunn with his 5th personal. Timeout now being called by the Phoenix Suns. So we're tied at 101. 1:35 to play. We'll be back with the final 1:35. There's 1:35 to go in this basketball game, and it's down to the wire now for both of these ball clubs. By the way, quickly, our Nuggets Getty MVP for the Denver Nuggets is Alex English with 32 points, 36 points, I should say, already in this game. The choice for BVP, better vehicle performance, Getty Motor Oils and Gasoline. Take your cap off to Getty.
Jim, again, take your cap off to the Phoenix defense. The last 7 times down the court, Denver has only been able to get 1 point and no good shots at the basket. Walter Davis misses the first.
And he misses the first one. 26 points for Davis in the basketball game. And the best he can do now is give his team a 1-point lead. He does. 27 for Davis. 102-101. Suns with the lead. 1:34 to play. Nuggets desperately need to get a good shot. Adams is again on English. Lob to Alex. Good pass. Smith swats it back in his face. 2 crucial blocks by Larry Nance.
He came all the way across from the weak side. Got a piece of it on the way up.
Walter Davis is alone inside, and he scores. And the Suns lead it by 3. 104-101 with 1:11 to go. And the Nuggets want a timeout. Walter Davis with 29 points as he got loose inside. And all of a sudden the Suns have that 3-point lead when it looked like the Nuggets, who had played good defense early in the 4th quarter, holding Phoenix to without a field goal until about 4 minutes left.
Well, that's right. When you told me that at 4:40, I said, uh-oh, they're bound to get some sooner or later. That last time, they got a mix-up, and Walter Davis got the layup. His first time, the defense really just got flat-out lost. Again, I've commented a couple of times, but when the passing game, as Doug Moe plays, where you don't have many set offenses, you have to get a lot of movement. When a team starts to put pressure on you, as they did, or Phoenix did in the first game, as they have the last 4 minutes, sometimes it gets tough to make a good shot. You don't have that, number 4 where you know you're going to come down, set a double pick, knock somebody down. And Denver has had 8 possessions, 8 times down the floor, and they just haven't been able to get even a wide open outside jumper. They've been trying to take the ball inside, which is certainly good strategy, but Phoenix has been very, very aggressive defensively and has taken the offense away from Denver.
Well, mini-series have not been the Nuggets' forte. They have not won a mini-series in their history.
Well, there's a lot of time left. There's 1:11. You've got a 3-point ball game. The ball's going to change hands at least 3 or 4 more times. Denver has to come down here, get a good one this time. Denver, by the way, also, they haven't had a good call. I mean, a foul call the last time. It was a pretty easy foul to get Walter Davis to the line the time before last. And there's been a lot of action inside, and Phoenix has become very aggressive, particularly on Alex defensively, and they haven't got a call. Both teams, of course, are in the penalty right now. And let me go back to one more thing. Denver has not played this kind of a game in 2 months, and they've played very few all season long.
So we're down to 1:05 left. Nuggets with the basketball. Good pressure by the Suns as Evans cannot get a pass away. Finally gets it to Issel. Issel's alone to English, and he scores. Alex English with 38. Good pass from Issel. And the Suns' lead is now 104-103. 53 seconds left in the basketball game. Nuggets need to play defense.
They're going to try to get it to Walden.
DJ around Vandeweghe, and they'll call Kiki for the grab. Third foul on Vandeweghe, and Dennis Johnson will be going to the line.
Good foul shoot.
And he's a clutch performer. "15 points for Dennis Johnson. And it's a 2-point Suns lead with 45 seconds to play. Gets them both. And again, the 3-point lead, 106-103. Evans, a three-pointer. It's good. Michael Evans hits the three-pointer. We're tied at 106 with 37 seconds to go. 21 on the shot clock. Michael Evans, what a big basket. A three-pointer that ties it at 106.
John McLeod chose not to call timeout. Probably his team is going very well.
Macy Jubberth not on the line. Nance, however, rebounds, doesn't score. Vandeweghe tips it, and Issel has the basketball. He calls timeout. 16 seconds to play. The Nuggets should get the last shot in this basketball game. Has this been something?
I think it's too early to say that, but you have to say that was a heck of a gut three-pointer, Mike Evans. If you noticed, while Dennis Johnson was on the foul line, he made his first shot. Doug called Michael all the way across the court from the other side of the foul line. Obviously said to him, Michael, let's take the three right now. Mike walked back, coolly got the ball out of bounds, goes the length of the court, and I have to admit he hit that one almost going to his right.
I'll tell you what, that was a pressure three-point shot. When you're down by 3 and you're in under 30 seconds and he hits it.
16 seconds. I think you'll probably possibly get some full court pressure from Phoenix. Denver has not been getting good shots. You don't want to take the shot too soon. I think Rob Williams is taking his clothes off, going to come in. Who do you get the ball to, Jim? What do you try to do with it this time?
Well, the Nuggets have so many good shooters in the guys that were in the ball game when they went out. In Issel, English, Vandeweghe, and Mike Evans, who hit the three-pointer. Let's see if we can hear what John McLeod is telling his group.
Now, if they shoot and miss...
I can't hear them. I don't know if they can at home or not.
Okay. They may come at it quick now. If you have anybody long, take it. If not, timeout right away. Get on the board, everybody. Stay down now.
So we're tied at 106 with 16 seconds to go.
Denver has a choice on where to take the ball out of bounds, of course. You can call timeout. They could take it out of midcourt. They chose to take the ball out in the backcourt. And again, I think they want to run some time off the clock. They don't need to get a shot quickly, so they figure it's easier to get the ball out of bounds. Alex, I think, is going to take it out of bounds.
So it'll be Rob Williams into the ball game. Williams, Evans, English, Vandeweghe, and Issel. For the Suns, it'll be Dennis Johnson, Kyle Macy, Walter Davis, Alvin Adams, and Larry Nance.
Full court pressure by Phoenix. Doug Moe wisely puts Rob Williams in the game in place of T.R. Dunn.
Inbound to Williams, and now the Nuggets with 13 seconds to go. They'll run it down to about 3 or 4 seconds before they take the shot. At least that would be the ideal. 4 seconds. Mike Evans has to take it way off the mark. And did they get the timeout called? They did. With 1 second to go. The Nuggets really didn't try to run anything till 4 seconds left. And you have to do it better than that. Earl Strom says, no, it is 1 second left on the clock. The Suns want 2, but all they'll get is 1.
They had time. They took their time getting the ball down the court. You have to take the ball to the hoop on that kind of a situation. Try to get a foul. Try to make the defense do something. The defense really didn't have to play anybody. That's too bad. That's a bad shot for Mike Evans. And there's still 1 second. Phoenix is going to get the ball out of bounds at midcourt, and stranger things have happened with 1 second.
Well, Mike Evans certainly had to do something with it, because otherwise they wouldn't have gotten a shot at all.
No, that's right. No, they just didn't set it up. They didn't get inside. Whether you need to set a pick, or somebody has to set something somewhere and try to get a little bit of shot. Try to get the ball inside. Obviously, your choice would have been to one of the big three.
Step here and go. Now,
English leads the Nuggets with 38. Vandeweghe has 26. Issel has 14, and only 2 of those in the second half, and those came early in the third quarter. Johnson with 16 for the Suns, Nance with 14, and the big gun has been Walter Davis with 29. Kyle Macy has also added 15 off the bench.
We talked about the fact that the Nuggets have not been in this kind of a game very often. I remember 2 very early in the season where Worthy made a tip in, and for L.A., and Wes Matthews made a three-pointer from nowhere. But again, if you're used to setting up those kind of plays, you get better at it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. There's your clock. You can see it at the top. 1 second. TR back in.
Coach, the one thing you want to prevent is a long pass underneath, and now a timeout being called by Doug Moe as he comes out and kind of sees what Phoenix sets up in is what they're going to do. And Doug takes a timeout to reset the Nuggets defensive strategy. The one thing you don't want to do is let a long pass down near the baseline somewhere. You got to force them to take a pass out front here.
Well, even with 1 second, you also have to be very careful not to commit a personal foul. That can be tough. And again, that's the one thing that Denver didn't do last time, that they didn't make Phoenix really play the tough inside, or play tough defense on the ball. And again, with Phoenix, you have to throw the ball into the front court somewhere. And the way they lined up with all guards inside. They lined up with their two big guys out around midcourt. They lined up with Kyle Macy, Dennis Johnson, and Walter Davis somewhere along on either side of the lane. And so there's a replacement for Doug's going to bring in Bill Hanslick to play some defense in place of Kiki.
Also, you hope we'll be able to see the clock on your screen at home, because you'll want to see how quickly the timer starts that clock once it touches one of the Phoenix Suns' hands.
I think you have to pressure the man out of bounds. You can't let Alvin Adams was taking it out, and you can't let Alvin stand there and look all over the court wherever he wants to throw it and throw it there. He's never going to get the ball back anyway, so I assume that Dan will go right down Alvin's throat over there on the sideline.
Well, we're set for the final 1 second of this one. It's tied at 106, but the Phoenix Suns have the basketball. Alvin Adams will take it out on the far side, and they're not going to pressure him. They're going to try to double team down low here. Lob to Larry Nance off the backboard, and the game is, or at least the regular time is out as it hit the backboard and came into the hands of Michael Evans. And we are tied at 106 at the end of regulation. We'll be back with overtime right appropriately enough in the third and final game of this three-game miniseries between the Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets. It's come down to overtime. We are tied at the end of regulation at 106, and we will play the 5-minute overtime. Shays, English, Dunn, Evans, and Vanaway will start the overtime for the Nuggets. The Suns will go with Davis, Nance, Macy, Adams, and Dennis Johnson. And a reminder that Dennis Johnson and Larry Nance both have 5 personal fouls as we start the overtime period. Alvin Adams has 4.
Offensively, Denver has to get in gear with their offense. You've got those guys, as you mentioned, Nance and Adams with 5. They've got to make them guard somebody down there.
Shays controls the tip to English. So Nuggets get a chance to start early. Vandeweghe is wide open, and he gets it. Kiki Vandeweghe with 28 points now.
They haven't had a shot like that in 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
And the Nuggets lead it 108-106 as we just start the overtime period. 4:42 to go in overtime. Adams will take it. Doesn't go. English is there for the rebound. Great block out by Danny Shays. Forced Larry Nance completely out of bounds. By the way, the Nuggets are 1-1 in overtime games this year. Vandeweghe drives and doesn't score. Nuggets are 1-1. Phoenix 2-0 in overtimes this year. Nance doesn't go for Nance. Dennis Johnson rebounds. Throws up one. Nance grabs it. Tipped by English, almost in. Nance has it by one hand and finally controls it. Macy out of the corner. No good. Nance rebounds again. Now Shays fouls it.
4 or 5 shots at the basket for Phoenix.
For Shays, that is his 4th personal foul, and it's the first team foul on the Nuggets.
You have a look
at
some of the action there. There's back up. Danny Shays almost gets it. Kiki right in the face. He's got a bloody head. Nance got him with an elbow, coming down with a rebound.
Kiki is cut.
He's got a good-looking cut over his eye on his forehead.
And bleeding from the forehead as the timeout.
You saw it in that replay that we took a look at. He was up with both hands for the ball, and as he came down, Larry Nance's elbow got Kiki right in the head.
Don't know how badly he is cut, but Chopper Travellini is attending to him on the bench. Dan Issel coming back in to replace Vandeweghe. There you see Kiki Vandeweghe with the towel on his head. So Issel in for Vandeweghe now. Suns with the basketball. 4:01 to play here in overtime. Alvin Scott coming in. Kyle Macy will go out.
With both Issel and Shays, John McLeod goes to a bigger lineup and moves Walter Davis back to guard, put Alvin Scott in the forward. Alvin Scott's had a heck of a game tonight.
Davis takes the jumper, short, rebound to Mike Evans, but it goes off of Evans and out of bounds. And Doug Moe is saying that it hit Alvin Scott last, but Wally Rooney says no. Fresh 24 for the Suns. Almost a steal by Evans. Now Dennis Johnson is alone, but Evans recovers. Here's Alvin Scott by himself, blocked by English. And English saves it on the inline. Wait a minute. No, he touched it. Issel and English had the basketball, and Dan was out of bounds. So they give the basketball to the Suns, and Doug Moe is beside himself.
Wally Rooney said that we got a replay of it here. A great block. Alvin Scott's in there all by himself, both Alex, and he said that the ball bounced off of basket Alvin Adams. While we're watching the replay, Alvin Adams hit a short jumper to tie the ball game.
Alvin Adams now with 10 points. We're tied at 108. 3:22 to go in the game in overtime. English in the lane, in and out, and he's fouled.
I believe that's 6 personal fouls on Larry Nance.
If it's on Nance, he's gone. It is Larry Nance out of the ball game with his 6th personal foul. And now John McLeod will out to counter with Kyle Macy. Macy comes back into the ball game as Nance goes out with his 6th personal foul.
Kiki Vandeweghe just got up. Chopper was working on him. He moved down the bench, and he's all right. He'll be back.
So they've repaired the cut as you look at Maurice Lucas and Larry Nance on the bench. By the way, that's David Thirdfield, the rookie, who is also out for the Suns. He's been out for a while. English at the line. In and out.
Denver's missed in the second half. I think Kiki's missed 3 or 4 free throws, and I think that's the second or third that Alex has missed.
And they come in as the best free throw shooting team in the NBA on the regular season. Boy, did he get a nice roll on that one. Alex English with 39 points. And the Nuggets lead it by 109-108.
I'll call that a bleeder.
3:12 to go in overtime. Really looking for Davis. He gets around, but good help from Mike Evans. Doesn't go. Issel had the rebound, and it finally comes down to Mike Evans. Nuggets can go up by 3. Shays backs Dennis Johnson out of bounds, and he's called for the personal foul. That's 5 on Dan Shays. Kiki Vandeweghe will come back into the Nuggets lineup. The cut on his forehead just above his eye repaired, and Shays goes out.
Danny Shays had real good position. The pass was just a little later than it should have been, and Danny took one more step, ran right into Dennis Johnson. He made a good defensive play for him.
And Dennis Johnson, a very accomplished playoff player, also had another great acting cut. He did have contact, no question. Walter Davis puts up another one. And if they can continue to get Davis to miss, they're doing a good job. Nuggets still lead it by 1. 109-108. 2:25 to go in overtime. Mike Evans past Kyle Macy. He scored. Mike Evans with 11 points in the game. Nuggets lead it by 3. 111-108 with 2:15 to go. Good steal by Mike Evans. Mike Evans will score. He'll take it all the way after the steal and scores. Mike Evans with 13 points, and the Nuggets lead it by 5.
Here's a replay of the reverse he made the time before. A great reverse, goes up very high. Adams comes across a little late, and we'll be back in just a moment.
113-108. The Nuggets lead it by 5 with 2:01 to go in overtime, and that 5-point lead matches the Nuggets' biggest lead of the ballgame.
Well, there's 2:01 left on the clock, and as we saw in the regulation, anything can happen. Denver has to continue to get good shots down. Mike Evans, you have to be pleased the way he took it on his own to drive the ball down the middle, something we haven't seen him do very much all year. A reverse dribble down the pipe and then make the good steal. The Nuggets have come very close to making 3 or 4 steals in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Now it's defense, and you've got to stop them. You've got to make them take some time off before they get a shot. You don't want to put them on the line any more than you have to. Good, solid defense.
And we are under 2 minutes to go in the overtime. 1:52 remaining. Dunn working on Walter Davis as they try to go inside. Nuggets almost with the steal, but Adams comes out of there with it and then scores it. Alvin Adams scores after he almost lost the basketball to the Nuggets. And the Nuggets lead is 3, 113-110, a minute 40 to play. Mike Evans almost had a bad shot, got it to English, and then it's taken away by Walter Davis. Suns can cut it to 1. Dennis Johnson, now they get it to Walter Davis.
Tough job for Kiki to take Walter.
Double team. Nuggets helping out very well. Macy's alone in the corner. Now Johnson's locked from behind by Vandeweghe, and T.R. Dunn comes out of there with him. Good play by Dunn, and Dennis Johnson tackles T.R. to keep him from going the other way. English blocked from behind, and Alvin Scott will be called for the foul.
Great block at the other end defensively. I'm not sure who got it for the Nuggets. Here's Mike Evans leading the break. Goes up. You thought he was going to go to Kiki. Good pass to Alex. Alvin Scott behind. Good block, Alvin. The foul was called. Alex on the line for 2, and Denver needs them badly. There's 59 seconds.
And the Nuggets lead by 3, 113-110. Alex English with the pressure free throw. He's got 40 points in the game tonight. His career high was 45 that he got against Los Angeles earlier this year. Alex English with 41 points. And after being held to 16 in the first game, 21 in the second game, Alex English has exploded. The Nuggets lead it by 5 with 56 seconds to play.
You'd like to see them take some time. Dan Issel tried for the interception. Probably not a good choice. If he'd have got it, it's a great choice. He didn't. It gave Alvin Adams an easy jumper from the foul line. It's down to 3.
115-112. Nuggets need another good basket.
They've got to run some time off here.
14 seconds on the shot clock. Don't want to get too much out of your offense, though, as the Nuggets got hurt by that late in the fourth quarter.
Clear it out.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Vandeweghe off balance. Rebound to Issel. Big rebound for the Nuggets. 26 seconds, 21 on the shot clock. They can run it down almost to where there's no time left before they take a shot. Doug Moe yelling, hold it. You can hear him in the background. Now they get it to Evans. 7 on the shot clock. 11 on the game clock. Long three-pointer by Evans. It's short, and they call the time. Fairly relaxed in the front row here at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
5 seconds left. Phoenix will have the ball out of bounds at midcourt. 115-112 Denver. It's defensive time for the Nuggets.
Kyle Macy is the designated three-point shooter for the Suns. He's hit 23 of 76 on the year for a 30% mark, and that's not too bad. The Suns collectively shoot about 25% on their three-point opportunities, so Macy would be the logical one if you're going to go for three-pointers.
Yeah. They don't have much time to work very much out. With only 5 seconds on the clock, and of course 2 points doesn't do anybody any good again, which is the reason that if you put hard choice, put Phoenix on the line quickly. If they look like they're going to get a good shot, you have to be aggressive defensively. If you foul, okay? But you can't, again, you don't want to foul, or even if you foul a shooter, but you can't take the chance of him getting the shot off. If you're going to foul him, you better get him.
So your choice, Coach, would be to foul the guy who gets the inbounds pass.
Well, let him take, if he's away from the basket, you don't have to foul him. But...
So now the Nuggets take a timeout. As they got back out on the floor, Doug Moe wanted to see the matchups again. He wanted to know how many timeouts he had. He's got 2. He took 1 there, so now the Nuggets are down to 1 timeout, and they'll get a chance to discuss it again.
I think what he's doing is he wants to re-talk or rehash the foul situation. Do we foul him? Don't we foul him? Under what situation do you foul him? And that type of thing. I think that's what he's looking at right now, Jim.
5 seconds to play in the overtime, and the Nuggets lead it by 3, 115-112. The biggest lead of the game for the Nuggets has been 5. Biggest lead of the game for the Suns has been 7. And this has been your proverbial dogfight from the opening tip tonight.
Oh, it has. It's so much fun. It's a pressure ball game. Anytime, again, you play a pressure ball game, when it's pressure on the road, we started at the top with Maurice Lucas getting hurt in Denver and not playing, which certainly is an advantage for Denver. But as we said, teams quite often, when a star or a leading player is hurt, they play within themselves. Alvin Scott has played a great basketball game tonight. The Nuggets are coming back out on the floor. They're still talking amongst themselves. Bill Hanslick is in for Kiki, so you've got Hanslick, TR, Mike Evans, Dan Issel, and Alex English on the floor for Denver.
Alvin Scott, you mentioned, had a great game. 12 points for Scott. but he had some excellent defensive work for the Nuggets and also some great block shots. And now Earl Strom trying to explain to Doug Moe something.
They're talking the foul situation.
And I think what they're trying to do, I think the fourth team foul in an overtime sends you to the line. And the Nuggets have but one. The Suns have 3. And I think that's what they're trying to...
A foul. Yeah, Denver definitely has a foul to give in this situation.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the one, you don't even put them on the foul line.
That's right.
If you foul them, at least you might take a second or 2 off the clock.
So the Suns with the 3 team fouls. The Nuggets have only 1. And that's what Doug Moe wanted to bring his team over and discuss.
Alex is going to pressure the out of bounds, which they didn't do last time.
And they put Bill Hanslick. Oh, no, I thought Hanslick was going to guard Dunn. Phoenix gets the basketball, and now the whistle outside, as you called it, Coach, down to 3 seconds to go, and they gave the foul. So now just 3 seconds for the Suns to do something. Hanslick is guarding Johnson. Dunn is on Walter Davis. Evans on Macy. Issel on Adams, and English pressuring Scott on the inbounds pass. Tipped away by Alex English, and a steal for the Nuggets, and that will be it. 1 second to play. 1 second to play, and Alvin Adams fouls Dan Issel. The Denver Nuggets have won the miniseries. They go to the line with 1 second to play, and they lead it by 3.
And there's some happy Denver Nuggets. I can see Doug Moe in the picture right now.
Is he pumped up?
He is sky high with that one. Looking back, that miracle three-pointer, Mike Evans ties it up when they were 3 behind to get him into the overtime in the first place.
A reminder, the 3rd and 4th games of the Nuggets Conference semifinal playoff series with San Antonio will be played at McNichols Arena on Friday, April 29th at 7:15 p.m. and Monday, May 2nd at 7:30 p.m. Tickets for both games will go on sale at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning at the Nuggets Arena box office and Arena ticket windows as Issel hits them both. Playoff tickets will also be available at Datatix outlets, including all of the Denver department stores, selected locations of Gart Brothers stores, Lowry Air Force Base, and Kaufman's men's stores. We will be back to wrap it up here as the Denver Nuggets finally win a miniseries, beating the Phoenix Suns 117-112 tonight to win the series 2-1. Back with more in a moment. Score once again, the Denver Nuggets beat the Phoenix Suns 117-112 in overtime tonight in Phoenix and advance in the playoffs. The Nuggets will open the Western Conference semifinals with 2 games against the Spurs in San Antonio this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. And Tom Jorgensen and I will be there to bring you all the excitement. Game time Tuesday is 6 p.m. right here on Denver Television, Channel 2. So a big night in Nuggets basketball history as they win their first ever mini-series, and they beat the Phoenix Suns 2-1 in the series. I thought after the Nuggets had dropped back to fall into a tie at the end of regulation that they really needed a gutty performance to win it, and they certainly came up with it.
Well, that's right. They had the real dry spell. They went that 4 minutes and 8 possessions, 1 point. Mike Evans throws a no-brain three-pointer in with about 15 seconds left to send it to the OT. He makes a great reverse layup under pressure, comes right back, steals the ball for 4 quick points, and that was the key to the overtime.
And you have to say that Alex English, with his 41 points, was just tremendous.
Oh, you have to give credit to everybody. They had a couple of chances to quit, absolutely wouldn't. They wanted to play for another couple of weeks, and it's on to San Antonio.
And for the Phoenix Suns, have to give them credit with Dennis Johnson getting 16, Walter Davis 29, Alvin Scott, who had an excellent game coming in to fill in for Maurice Lucas with 12. And I thought the Suns, after losing a guy like Maurice Lucas, just had an outstanding effort.
Well, they had that great defensive effort down the stretch. They called a timeout. I think Denver was 5 ahead, 4:40 or something like that, and they just played excellent defense. Denver went 3.5 minutes without even a halfway decent shot. Great defense by Phoenix, but Denver did hang in, came back, and again, you can't say enough. I know it's a very happy locker room.
Let's talk a little bit about the Spurs matchup. They go down there. That's always been a tough place for the Nuggets to win down there. But the Spurs, quite honestly, if you look at all the paper reports that have come out of San Antonio, have been talking about the Phoenix Suns, and more importantly, have been talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. They're already putting themselves in the Western Conference Championship Series.
Well, I'm sure that they did anticipate Phoenix, but also San Antonio was at a disadvantage because if they played Phoenix, they would have had to open the series here on Tuesday. But, of course, with Lucas out, that maybe changes that. But they match up very well with Denver. It'll be tough, sure. You've got Artis Gilmore, George Gervin, Gene Banks playing great, Mike Mitchell, a great team. team as far as San Antonio is concerned. They've been off for about 10 days talking to Stan at halftime. He said, you know, boy, oh boy, we haven't played that.